Hello! Welcome to another episode of Discombobulated. I'm, of course, your host, Bobby J Cox. Oh, fuck. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, if you're running late to work, fuck them. Hey, if someone yells at you in traffic, hey, suck them. And if you come home and someone's fucking your wife, cuck them. Hey, cuck you, buddy. What'd you just say? Hey, man, cuck you. Are you asking to watch me fuck my wife? Are you? Because it seems like you're yelling in an insulting manner to insult me, saying cuck you, buddy. Are you saying, do you want to fuck my wife? I can't tell. And then you clock in and no one notices. That's how you know you're not late. How the fuck is everything? How are you? I'm good. I'm now reminiscing about how many times when I was an employee of an establishment that has gone under. An establishment that has had the pits a little bit, eh? Like, kind of fell through the mud, yeah? Sports Authority. It could not hang with dicks. If you name a company after men genitalia, it's just gonna win. We're the authority on sports, where you're gonna walk in and a guy who played third string high school football on a team who had 0 wins most years. Yeah, he's the authority on telling you what the fuck size cleats you should get. Hey, what were the best cleats? Well, when I was on the sideline, I got to tell you, my favorite cleat to wear. My favorite cleat to wear was just Nike Shocks. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. And I would come into work at Sports Authority and I would have to have my manager adjust my hours. Truly, just because, and I would even be honest, she's like, what time did you get here? I'm like, fucking 9:05, whatever. I was supposed to be here at 9. I'm not, something about coming in on time. When you work at a fuck job, when you work at a fucking, oh, is really my iCloud storage is full, even though I deleted so many things. No way. I'm just going to start recording again, see what happens. iCloud storage full. Not now. Well, then what did I delete everything for? Okay. This episode just will not have video. Hey, that's okay. None of the other ones do yet, really. Actually, I have been recording video on all of them. It's a fucking not as easy to just sync everything up. There's an even auto sync, but I'm not going to talk about the technical difficulties that I go through. You know what? I could try and see. Hang on one second. I'm just going to set my phone down. 1 second. Or sorry, I'm setting the mic down to see. You know what's really crazy is I actually recorded this episode the other day, and I just didn't like it. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. Fuck you. Oh, dude, do I have to pause this? I'm not gonna, because I know I'll fuck it up. So just bear with me. I know this is early in the episode for this to be happening, but fucking shut the fuck. Literally shut up. Literally shut the, like I give a fuck. Like I give 2 flying fucks. All right, let me try to change cameras faster. I feel like I'm in trench warfare now. I'm like, go! I'm like, change out my artillery! I'm like, how did I make it here to the war? Dude, they need to start a, is it gonna work? Let's see if it'll work. It probably won't work for very long, but fuck it, let's go. It's like in the, what the fuck? Like in trench warfare, it's like right, you gotta like fuck it. You're like, go. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. But I think that would be a really funny sketch. Is just like a guy who's in like, you're just like you have trench foot. You're getting that fucking those scary eyes that people get whenever they have it's like a bomb disorder. You've heard like too many bombs and you're shell shock. It just, and then I wanted to just pause. It's like, how did I get here? And it's like a comedy about getting into the war. Is that a dumb sketch? Yeah. Those are the sketches you think of when you're swapping out cameras that this one's going to work for, I'd guess, 20 more seconds. Bobby, get your life in order. Fucking, if you're listening to this, your life's not in order. I guarantee it. What am I yelling about? What am I yelling about? Nothing. But anyway, yeah, when I worked at Sports Authority, my manager, dude, but here, okay. God, I fucking hated this play. Ooh, I'm glad they went under. I'm not glad. I mean, I'm not glad about that. You know, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people with, you know, some of the shittiest relationships I've ever known in my whole life were people who worked at a sports authority. I am actually getting engaged. Oh my God. And then like they come in crying. Like that's the thing is that you have to like, no one really talks about that. That like, you know, when you're like, you tell a kid to get a job and you're like, hey, go get a job. You know, you're in high school. You need a transition job between high school and a community college. One of the dumbest way, whoever thought up community college and they're like, can we get the word college out of Listen, you're giving people degrees after they've been there for 2 years. Do you think, I'm just wondering, do you think maybe we take the word college out of it? How about the word degree out of it? How about that? How about whenever we give them a degree, it says associate's degree? And it's just not, it's barely a degree. You're barely getting there. But you need a job between those two things, so you should probably work at Sports Authority. So that's where I worked for much too long. I was one of the worst employees that place has ever seen. I've taken dumps on the clock that a cop who loves donuts hasn't abused. I think that they got walkie-talkies in that store because of me. We used to not have them. You used to just be like, dude, we'll find you. Like when I started Sports Authority in 2009, 2009, I guess. You would just come in there and it was like the end of the chill vibe. Like, dude, like at the end of you could literally be like, if a guy's like, man, I want to buy this baseball bat, you'd be like, dude, you can hit golf balls in that fucking driving range back there. Just test her out. Like I started at the end of that. It was like a fucking cool vibe. Like you would go in and I feel like I remember going into a Sports Authority. It's like everyone there was hot. Like you go up and you're just talking to a girl. You're just like, hey, where are the shoes? She's like, right back here. You're like, oh my God, this girl's going to show me shoes. Can you measure my foot in one of those, the scariest contraptions that looks like you guys found it like in the pyramids? Like, this is how ancient Egypt would show along the feet were. And I would work there when I remember coming in and I was like, I think I was probably like fucking anywhere between 30 to 15 minutes early for my I almost said audition. Bobby J Cox, 5'8", recently found out I'm actually 5'7", Sports Authority employee. And I'm represented by my mom who said that this would be a good opportunity for me and my resume. So I would come in there. I remember the manager, this lady who, to say she sucked would be too harsh. To say she didn't suck would be a lie. And to say anything too specific about her, I don't think even though she was, just such an unbelievable asshole. She was just such an unbelievable asshole to everybody who worked with her. But if you said like anything to her about anything, she would just go in the back and break down. And that's the thing they don't talk to you about. They don't tell you that when you're a young boy, you might have to come in and they'll be like, you're 15 minutes late. And you're like, I'm sorry. They're like, I'm going to have to write you up. And you're like, what's that mean? They're like, after 17, I tell the other managers. Okay, then what happens? Then that manager, we've never had that happen. Please don't do that to me. So while I'm working at this fucking sports authority in Fenton, Missouri, upon a hill. I worked there when it was like, dude, when they were like building up plazas and there was nothing else in that plaza. It was just us. It felt like you were in fucking the middle of Colorado. Just one store. And I came in there like 15 minutes early for my first interview, and she was like, she literally, this fucking lady was like, wow, kind of early, huh? And I was like, yeah. I figured I'd lie and say that this is what you should expect from me from now on. And I came in early, and after that, dude, the gloves were off. After you have your manager who hires you look at your resume and be like, a little early for me to sit and talk to a new employee. I'm like, okay. So we went in the back, did an interview, and I aced it because, you know, she's like, did you play any sports in high school? I'm like, it's very obvious you did not. Maybe she did, Bobby. Maybe you're being rude. Well, she started it. So she would hire me, and then I would come in, and just from there on out was just always late, and I would get adjustments. Never like, that was the thing, is at that time I couldn't lie. I would be like, I was like a couple minutes late, but I would have to have them adjust it because I'd be late and then run in, say what's up to everybody. What's up? And then, just hide around the store. Where were some of my favorite hiding places? One of my favorites was, I liked the warehouse because it was, there was no, because like you've been to a Sports Authority. No, I haven't. You have. You've been to a store like that. You know, like imagine a little bit smaller of a Walmart, whatever, high ceilings with basketballs that look like if they started falling, you'd get scared. And, you would be out there and there's music, you know, and there would be music. But if you went into the, like where the shipments were coming in and stuff, we didn't have shipments coming in that much. So it was usually empty, and it was very easy to hide back there. And, if you heard like the doors open, you would either remain hiding if your spot was so good, or you would just, do a pretend work, do something like use your improv skills and just, pretend you're doing something. But they eventually did. They realized that I was late every time, and then eventually, you know, whatever. But I would always stay later, and it's like, write me up. It was the first job I had when I was becoming like an EMT and a fire. I was doing everything at that moment. Like I was working at Sports Authority. I was going to community college. I was starting like EMT school and stand up. I had already I was like fresh, like starting stand up too. So damn, dude, what a wild time. And so yeah, I couldn't have taken that job any less seriously, because it's like I'm doing stand up, so that you're like every week you're just watching motherfuckers from in town and out of town come in and be like, it's all bullshit. And I'm like 19 with these like stars in my eyes, and then you hear a really good point of someone who's been around the block. It was like sitting in the lecture, dude. It was like when I was coming up, like watching comics not come up on the weekends, like they would go to every open mic, and you would too, but you would also go to watch the shows. And so many comics just didn't even go out to watch like shows. I'm like, you get to go in for free. Are you insane? You should go in there. So, yeah. And, I remember I would come in late, and then we had I remember the first time they got a manager, and this motherfucker was like my age, you know? You know when you have someone who's like your manager and they're your age, and you both know for a fact,
And I am not a tough guy. I am not I'll beat your ass. But we just both know innately, whenever you're like, I could completely whoop your ass. Like, and I'm not that, and I don't think it's going to come to that. But there's like a thing whenever it's like someone's like your age and then they're your manager and then they're starting to be like, Bobby, you're not selling enough extended coverage plans. I'm like, I'll extend my fist into your fucking face. But I worked for this guy and like I would be late and I remember like, dude, you're just going to EMT school and I'm like, you start to do ride-alongs. You're seeing some of the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life. And then you come in and a guy's like complaining you're not selling coverage plans. And I'm like, bro, I cannot stress to you enough how little what we do here matters. Like, it was like stand up and firefighting and becoming an EMT. Those were all like at the top. And Sports Authority was like just a thing that like I had to do. Like that was like, dude, that was like some of the first places I would get panic attacks because I felt so trapped there. Because like I was like, dude, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a stand-up. So to go into Sports Authority, oh my God, I hated it fucking so much. So many fake shits. I cannot stress. I cannot explain to you how many fucking locked in the fucking family bathroom of a fucking sporting authority, just in there, just eating bad on purpose, just to fucking take a shit. And then, dude, this was my other move. God, I was a bad employee. But I also I wasn't like that. Just so we all know, it's like, you're like, oh yeah, you're not like that at like, you're probably the same way. Like you need to have a job that you fuck off at. You need to have a fuck off job. You like story of the year needed to work at Emos. And I saw pictures from them working there the other day and they have like a video that someone shared with me and seeing a guy, your favorite fucking lead singer of your favorite fucking band who you've never seen had a tucked in shirt, just have an Emos tucked in shirt. They're going to be in an emo band eventually, but right now they just work at a place called Emos in St. Louis, Missouri. It's one of the worst pizzas if you've ever been anywhere else. And if you live here, it's like you grew up Catholic and you're like, I'm still Catholic and I love this Catholic pizza. I think they use those wafers that they use in church. I do think that they flatten those out more. And then they use that as the Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. Jesus Christ, are you tired? I'm tired. So yeah, you need a fuck off job. And you need to abuse it. You need to push it to the limit. You need to see how late you can be. You need to push your anxiety to the point where you're like, it fucking, dude, like, that was like the first place that I learned. When you have that anxiety that your body's like, we're late. You have that anxiety inside you. You're like, oh, you show up. You fucking clock in. Oh my God, I think it's gonna be fucking. And you walk in and you realize everyone's so in their own world. Everyone is so busy. They can't even bring themselves out to notice that the footwear department of Sports Authority didn't have anybody for 20 minutes. Who cares? You know what happened? Nothing. I didn't get written up. No one even noticed. Then you start to like ask people like, oh, well, I guess everyone came in on time today, you know? And then the manager who you like and you think's cool, you're like, dude, I was late. He's like, oh man, me too. And then you guys go hide and make out where they ship basketballs from city to city. Listen, we're out of basketballs in St. Louis, Missouri. I'll have them right there. We're coming. Oh my God. So, yeah, you got to have a fuck off job. It's so important. Like, and I really do remember, like, I remember, like, and this is on a serious note, but like, I would have like nights when I start, because I worked there for a couple years. So when I started working at the firehouse, dude, you run like a fucked up call, and then you come into a sports authority. You really are just in there like a lot of people, a lot of people get that feeling on mushrooms. But before I did mushrooms, I was a firefighter seeing just fucking wild shit, dude. And that kind of reminds you, like, that it just reminds you how short and like valuable life is. And so when you work at those jobs, like you need to have one of those. You need to have one of those to be like, oh my God, none of this matters. And I know it sounds like I'm like talking it. I'm like, but like, if you've never had one, if you have a job now, you probably have some free time. Go get a fuck off job. See how good it feels to get, dude. The first time I smoked weed, the next day, I was 21 years old. I smoked weed. It was awesome. It was like, some people were like, it didn't work the first time. It fucking worked on me better than it ever has maybe anybody else. I couldn't have got more high. And I started smoking weed, and I'm sticking to it. That's my weed there. And I had a meeting the next day. I had like this fucking meeting, and they're like, Bobby, your sales are bad. You're fucking late. Like, you suck. And my manager, he sits me down, and it was after like the first time I smoked weed. And I was just like, I literally was coming in that day, and all of my anxiety was gone. All of it. I literally could not have cared less what this guy was going to say to me. It was like the perfect timing, dude. And so I go into his office, and we're sitting there, and they got fucking plaques of like manager of the month.
Hey, Bobby, I don't know if you saw, but last month I was manager of the month, and that was the same month my wife did not have sex with me. She said it's because I can't get hard. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
But he called me in, dude. And I'm not lying about any of that. Like, I remember, this is like I would say it's a core memory, but it's not, because it was kind of hazy, because I also did smoke pot for the very first time the night before. And I'm sitting in his office, and I just remember he looks at me, and he was so serious, and like, I can just tell he'd been rehearsing what he was going to say to me, because this wasn't our first rodeo, and he knows Bobby doesn't listen, and he knows he can't fire me. So he's like, he was like, dude, that whole night I was getting high and fucking just eating buffalo chicken dip. He was just like, okay, I really got to fix my team. We sell sporting goods. This is my team. Oh my God. These guys are here because of me. Let me make sure my time and make sure we're recording this fucking gold. No. I think we're okay, but hold on. I don't like this. Hold on. Sorry, every fucking body. Oh my God. I don't need that. Close that. Live message. Okay. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. We might not be recording right now. Hold on. Fuck. Oh, we are. Oh, I almost shit out my belly. Oh my God. Okay. I'm learning. You're watching the Disney Channel. Okay. So, yeah, this fuck off job. I sit down and I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, yeah, because I didn't go in like, I really wasn't like, fuck you. And I also didn't go in like, oh God, am I in trouble? I just went in. It was awesome. And I didn't smoke weed like that morning. Like it was it was the night before. Like I'm just having that residual. Like that's the opposite of weed. Like, and I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying that like in my experience, I smoked it and it's like that night was whatever, fun, scary, whatever. And then the next day though, it's like the opposite of a hangover. Like it felt it felt like I had like, maybe you have like this, like, when you get like a cut on your arm or like your knee or something like that, like where you have like a little like, and you don't take care of it. You know what I mean? Those times you do take care of it when you like put a little bit of antiseptic on it, get a little bit of ointment on there and cover it up. That was how I felt. That I felt like the next morning when I woke up, someone had did that to like my like thoughts. Like I was just like, oh, I feel so like more taken care of. And so I go into this fucking meeting and he was like, Bobby, I just remember he was so ready and he was like, he had his arsenal ready of all that he's like, and I know how Bobby's going to be, all this stuff. And dude, I threw him a wonky armed curveball, dude. He was not ready for this change up. He was just like, Bobby, your ECP sales, awful. You have not been selling insoles. You're late. We can't even talk about this, but you take too many shits. I'm like, please write me up for taking too many shit. Please. I'm begging you to write me up because of my shitting habits. I want this on my permanent record. Please write me up for shitting. Please. Because I will go in and I know I fucking have something. I got something in my butt that's not good, and I'm going to find out, and you're going to get fucking sued for discrimination. So he's like, yeah, this is bad. And you know what I did? I just agreed with him. I go, you're fucking so right. And dude, he was shook. He was like he was just not ready for that. He couldn't. He was not ready. He had never seen this, Bob. He had never seen it. He goes, well, so you agree that your sales are down? I'm like, they're so bad. I really haven't been. And he was like, he didn't know. I wish there's a couple moments in life that you wish you could go back and watch and replay in your head. That's one of them. Because I was just like, you're right, dude. I fucking suck. Well, Bobby, what are you going to do about this? I'm like, a fucking lot, dude. And if you don't mind, I'm actually going to go shit and think about this. I remember he asked me, he's like, what about like, should we change your schedule? Should we work? You've worked at dude, they moved me. I worked in every fucking part you could work in Sports Authority, except for obviously management. They didn't move me up, but they moved me laterally around that. I think I was a fucking golf specialist at once. I was not. That's the only one I was like, I don't know shit about golf. I'll fucking be a tennis pro. I don't care. Hi, is there anyone here that can restring rackets? There sure is. This looks like shit. You didn't say, is there a professional? You asked if someone could restring my racket. And I strung it like my shoes. I tied those bitches. The tension on there is just what I thought it should have. So, yeah, but that fuck off job, it taught me a lot that I would just be way more, like I have anxiety and stuff too, but like I'm just less riddled with like all of those like extra feelings and stuff like that. So, yeah. But why was I talking about that? Oh, I think at the beginning because I was just like, be late. I'm not late. I do have to work today, but I'm not late. It's the joys of working for yourself. I highly recommend you do it. The only thing is you will have multiple panic attacks of like fear of making money and all that stuff too, but it feels a lot better than fucking waking up, be like, I gotta go. Do what you want and you'll never work a day in your life. That's a lie. I had a fucking great weekend, dude. This weekend was Flyover Fest, and god damn, one for the books, dude. Great. It was just such a good fucking time. from top to bottom. Dude, this heater's on, but I'm fucking getting a little chilly. How about you? You guys cold? Let me turn the heat up. I can't. It's as high as it goes. Well, can it hit my legs harder? Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry. Hope you guys can't hear this, but I also don't want you to hear me fucking shivering. Well, that wasn't good. I moved that fucker. All right. But yeah, Flyover Comedy Fest was this weekend, dude. And fuck. I mean, every year it just gets better and better and better and better and better, and everyone gets along better. It had like this year, and I hope I'm not even like jinxing it or whatever, but it's like it was so fucking easy. Like I was one of they had this idea. I think I don't remember if it was last year, maybe even the year before. I think maybe it was like the third year they've done it, but they were like, what if we have like standard hosts? Because like when you give it to someone from out of town, they're in a new city, you know, there are a lot of stuff, but it was a great idea. And they're like, hey, do you want to host this year? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Because, you know, then you get like the responsibility. It's your show. You are hosting. You're like bringing people into your city, you know, so you're hosting them, all the stuff. So I hosted 4 shows this weekend. One Thursday, one on Thursday was in the side stage. On Friday, we had 2 at Urban Chestnut. These shows are up and down the Grove in St. Louis, Missouri for Flyover Comedy Festival. It's the 6th year they've done it. And then on fucking Saturday, dude, we were at the Sheldon Concert Hall, the Sheldon Music Concert Hall or whatever. Dude, fucking, oh my God, so good. I got to meet Andrew Orlfo, dude, and he was so fucking funny. He was so funny that like, he got a laugh that I thought, and we were backstage at the Sheldon and I was hosting, which means I bring him on stage and I bring him off stage. So I was out there and then I get him on stage and then he gets such a big applause and laugh break that I almost ran out on stage. I thought he was done. That he's a murderer. He lives in LA. You gotta fucking check him out. That's the best thing about festivals is meeting other dudes and dudettes and dude days. And so he was he was on stage. Fucking, I'm just going to talk about all the shows. They were so much fun. Let's talk about the beginning of the week, dude. Beginning of the week, I woke up with so much anxiety. I had this idea because we were doing morning news, dude. And I had a great idea where they took me up in the helicopter because years prior, the first year, pretend broke up with my girlfriend. I'm on the news and I'm like, yeah, Flyover Fest. My girlfriend calls, hello. What? You're breaking up with me? You fucking what the fuck? And then I'm like, yeah, we got a great show. Oh, Henry Phillips is here. Like, and so that's what we did the first year. And then another year I came and I promoted. And that year, I pretended that I was going to jump the Fox 2 news station, the whole news station, with the motorcycle. And I kept chickening out the ramp at the last second. I was like, it's kind of windy, a lot of humidity. And then I was going to do this year. I was like, let me go up in the Sky Fox and we'll do the same bit. Like I'm going to jump out and I'm going to jump out, land on the arch and promote Flyover. I'm going to fly over the fucking city. And they were like, Bobby's getting nowhere near a helicopter. We have an email saying that. I have a message that's like, Bobby can't get near a helicopter. I think that's just statewide. And it is because the one year I did on the motorcycle, I did almost hit the host. Kim Hudson was there and I went like to go out of the way and she went in the wrong way. And because like everyone was supposed to get out of the way, but it was my fault. I didn't tell everyone to get to one side. So everyone just moves about. And I was like, oh, and you can watch it. It's online. Type in Fox 2 News, Bobby J Cox, Flyover Comedy Fest. And you'll see me go, oh, you'll see me be like, oh my God, I almost hit Kim. Kim, I'm so sorry. I'm really glad that I am pretty good on a motorcycle. But that was fun. And I was like, let's go up in a helicopter. Got to amp it up. And they couldn't do that. So then instead we painted my face like an alien. And we did morning news. Oh my God, I have to fart so bad, but I also might shit my pants. So I'm going to wait on that one. I'm just going to hold it in and let my belly hurt. But so yeah, then I went to work and I couldn't really even focus, dude. I was just so excited. Like I get really excited. Comedy is fun. You always get excited about your shows. But when there's like a festival or when you know there's going to be other like comedians, it's like first date butterflies all day. It's not nerves. It's like this thing of like, oh my God, I kind of can't wait. And then you're like excited, but then you're going to meet people and everything. It's just fun, dude. It's the best. So Thursday I hosted for Luke Knoll. Holy fucking shit, dude. absolutely crying. It might have been the hardest I laughed and cried at a show. Luke Knoll, I've seen him in LA and he fucking crushed. But this longer set I got to see him do in St. Louis, dude. I mean, oh my God, fucking crying. I was like, how do you want me to bring you up? He's like, you can say he got fired from his first season of SNL. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's punk rock as fuck. And I brought him up, and dude, he sings songs and they're hilarious. And there's a lot of fucking comics and people that'll be like, dude, fuck guitar comedy. Watch Luke Knoll and tell me you don't think that that's insane, dude. There's a lot, dude. There's actually a handful of comedians that are like, and I like it. I think you can do whatever. If you want to bring a fucking kazoo on stage, there's no rules in being funny, dude. Fucking dorks. I think it's so dorky when people hate. Like I had a guitar on stage early on. I brought a guitar on stage just one night. And that night I called my buddy who was not at the show. I was like, dude, I played guitar on stage. He's like, I know, I already heard. I was like, you already heard? That's how much people hate it. They're calling our people like, Bobby fucking brought a guitar on stage. Let's fucking. I'm like, oh, cool. So, dude, Luke Knoll killed it, dude. He was so funny that after the set, I was trying to get him off stage, and I was like, I was like, guys, keep going for Luke Knoll. I go, oh my God, he's so funny. And one more time, and I think I said like Zach Knoll. I literally couldn't stop laughing to do the promotions, let everyone know about the rest of Flyover because he was that funny, dude. He's unreal and an insane guitar player. Like it's not just like how I would do it, C, G, D. It's not just like fucking chords. It's like, it's like he put some licks in there, dude. So he was amazing. I couldn't stop laughing, and that was great. So first night in the books, great. I go to work the next day, fucking tired as shit, and then we go out that night, and we have shows. I had 2 shows at Urban Chestnut, probably my weakest shows in a minute. They were just like, and I was talking to my buddy on the phone, Aaron Brooks, friend of the pod, been on an episode. You should check him out. But Aaron Brooks is one of my best friends in comedy. I love this guy. And we've said that too, where we've talked about it, and he'll be like, dude, I crushed. And we're not being egotistical. We're just like, yeah, I had a great set. But then there's those ones where we say it's like, it's not like you bombed. Because I know like sometimes you fucking bomb. But sometimes you're just like, I just didn't connect great. You know? I'm not a sports guy, but the team lost, but they had a great game. They just didn't win, you know? And so that's how those 2 shows kind of went. And then Saturday, though, bro. Fuck. So fun. I was at the Sheldon Concert Hall, and Andrew Orolfo this what he said. He was like, dude, those are the best I was like, dude, the best acoustics ever, right? He was like, yeah. He's like, I think that it's like, they were talking about it, but it's like maybe the shape of it because it's a concert hall, but also the microphone, and like it just felt like the monitor. It felt like the microphone. It swear to God. And Andrew said it the best. I don't remember how he said it, so this is not what he said, but it's like he was like, dude, the sound comes right back at you. I was like, yeah, but it almost sounded like the sound was coming out of the microphone. Like you would talk, and it was like it was maybe the best sounding stage I've ever been on by far. And so yeah, that was great. And then I like my set at the Improv Shop, at side stage at the Improv Shop, favorite fucking stage, dude. It might be my favorite stage in St. Louis. It's that good, and it seats like fucking 50 to 70 people, maybe 100. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know exactly, but like between 50 to 100. And it's just a black box, dude. And it rules. When I say just a black box, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in like the best fucking way. You got to stop. Someone's calling me, and they can't right now. What was I talking about? Oh, Flyover. That's so cool that it didn't stop the video. I can't believe this is still fucking recording. Godspeed. Let me drink some more coffee so I shit my pants. What's that? I think the Mark Maron podcast. Pow! I just shit my pants. Yeah, I'm that old. I mean, it's still a podcast, but that was like one of the first like fucking. Yeah, talk about the history of podcasts, you fucking dipshit, Bob. So yeah, the whole weekend was fun. Friends, doing bits. Fucking God, everything about the festival was fun. Met a lot of friends that I know I'll meet on the road, down the road, literally. And that's the best part. It really is. Like, the shows are amazing, and afterwards, having people come up and be like, dude, you were so funny. We fucking loved you. That shit rules, but it really doesn't compare. Like there was I really try to do this, like, cause no matter how present you try to be, sometimes you still go into the past and the future in that moment. But at one point there's a couple times actually, but I was out like backstage at the Improv shop or at like out back, like they have this like patio area. And I was like talking to people, and there'd be a time where there's like just a lull, and you just kind of like look around, and you just like, I would just swoop and just look. And I was just like, we're the luckiest people, dude. Like for real. I think stand-ups right now are like the luckiest people, because I've thought we were in a great time, and I've heard professional comedians be like, we're in like a golden age right now. It feels amazing for comedy. And I've kind of said it like this, like I think that like for the first time, comedy is a little bit more popular than music. And it's like music will always win. Music is the best. It's a universal language. It brings us together. It's timeless in many respects. And comedy isn't. It's a little bit more disposable. It's a little bit more, whatever. But the thing is that like, oh my God, my leg itches so bad. Like people who are doing it right now, like and I was talking to my buddy about it, and the bubble will burst eventually, but right now it's just like to be in it and to be able to look back and be like, I was a part of that. Like I was there. Like I was a comic in that time. It's like, you can't ever take that away from us. It's like the best. It's like, again, it's not more popular than music. Like festivals still have more all this stuff, but like people will be like, I'm like, who's your favorite band? And people are like, I don't know. And then comedy, like, oh, I like this podcast. I listen to this. Like, it's just huge. And maybe that's just me being hopeful, but I've noticed how big it was. So I try to like look around and be like, it's that awesome, because it could be awful. It could switch anytime, and people don't want to come out to shows as much, and people don't have as much money and don't want to fuck around in that world of it. But right now they are, and I'm I'm very, 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 very happy to be like a part of all this. So that is fucking, yeah, it's great. So the whole weekend was great. I'm trying to think of anything specific. I think everything was just fun. I did smell like a bonfire all weekend, and that smell is, I really am over that smell. Like it's not worth it. God, cavemen they would all just smell like that, and then they're like having sex. Ugh. Oh, that's nasty. This is dude, this fart is at max capacity in my ass, and I gotta fart it out after class. God, that was a bad feeling when you had to fart in class, and you're just like, oh my God, please, can everyone just start screaming and stop being able to smell so I can get this little toot out. Toot out. Here we go. Toot out. Yeah, flyover was great. Had a great weekend. I got some shows coming up. I got some private gigs coming up. I'm very excited about. And then I'm just gonna it's almost like December, baby. And November, I'm busy. I'm busy the rest of November. And then December comes, and dude, I might go on the road, dude. I might just fucking go on. I'm like, I don't even have shows booked. I might just drive my fucking car around this fucking great nation of ours. Bobby, do you have money? Money's not everything. So anyway, flyover was great. Had a great fucking weekend. There's really nothing else to complain about or talk about. You're awesome. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the podcast. Check it out wherever you get your podcast. Share it to a friend. I love you. I'm going to go poop my brains out. Love ya. Bye.